All right. Oh boy, I'm definitely still sick. We are live again. I'm going to go throw this in the Discord. Okay, that's good to go. We are back to game dev. No Warcraft 3 this time. I'm really liking the look right now. So I added in some terrain features all around. It's literally just one giant exported mesh from Blender. But I think it works. Oh, we still have a floating platform up there. This is a lot smoother now, but there still are some issues with snapping. I think it's... Am I gonna have to sneeze? Goodness sakes. Okay. If I walk like over here... Oh, there was a little snap. But that wasn't as bad. That's kind of fine. I'm okay with that. It's more like... Whoops. If I come back in here, whoops. Okay, that was fine. I know there was something with the snapping. Oh, right there. Look at that. So, we're going to turn on collision shapes. First, let's just look through our script, actually. So when you press F, we make it active, right? We set the position to be where the player is. Now, where else do we set the position? Active is set after. Active is set after. Okay. Interesting. Right now we're setting it when we enter. We're setting active to true. Then we're also doing it in catch player. Where's catch player being called? So if carrying is false, then we catch the player. Can I await? Does that actually work? Let me see if something breaks. But I don't know if anything would run after. Like it should be fully sequential anyway. I should actually see. It's kind of annoying that I have to. Oh, right there. Okay. It might just be a collision thing. Let's do offset dot where's my offset? Good scene. Okay, collision shape. Okay, we got an ad starting in 3 minutes. All right. So we go back here. We do collision. It's on 4 and 5. What is the mountain on? Mountain is on nothing, but it collides with 8. Basic collision is on 1 and 5. Platform is on 1 and 5. That's just on 5. Guess I could just do collision layer. Or no. Collision dot set deferred. Oh, disabled. Disabled. True. Maybe we do that. Oh. Sometimes you get stuck on that. I'll have to fix that. Okay, there was a little weirdness when I got captured there. Oh boy. Okay, that worked. That definitely worked. I think as long as it doesn't do any of the ultra bad snapping, then I'm fine with it. And I think it was just that the collision shape was getting stuck on things. Let me go off of it and then back on. There's like a little weirdness right at the beginning. And just a little weirdness there, but that's fine. Uh-oh, look at that. We can now move around for some reason. Oh, and then it snapped us straight back into the center. Weirdness. Okay. That should only be if carrying. Ah. Oh wait, I can do just return. Then I can use this up here. Let's call this just check burrowing. Okay. Now that should stop the clicking, being able to click mid-burrow. Yep, I can click as much as I want now. Won't do anything until I'm right there. Oops. Oh, I just realized I can't do the puzzles I want with this current system. Because you have to burrow. To be able to get off of this thing. Oh, right there. Just happened again. Just snapped me to a weird spot. So the collision thing isn't working. Oh, and I just snapped over here again. Okay, we need our we need to find catch player. We're gonna grab both of these and take them out because they don't seem to really be doing what I'm wanting them to do. Catch player is setting the position. Can we just do this? Okay, we now have the offset position on us. Okay, now when we're off of it, it releases us. And we jump back in, and now it's right there for some reason. But it snaps to us. So why did it throw us there? Or why did it move that? Yeah, what is up with that? It's snapping to us before, which is good, but that's just so inconsistent. It's so weird. Now I can't get off of this thing, which is kind of fine. What happens when we just take the supposed to be on collision 5. So if we just play this, what happens to this collision shape when we just leave the box? Okay, that's just there now. Now if we jump back over here. Oh boy. Okay, it did change to where we need it to be. And then if I jump back on. Maybe that's all I need is just for a... Oh, but now it's... Release player shouldn't even happen. It shouldn't stop the offset position. Shouldn't make it not active. The only thing that should release it is this. But on our animation, we're doing release player at the end. And you know what? I'm thinking we just don't even do that. I'm thinking we just only release it when you leave the area. Maybe you only capture the player once you're on him. Uh-oh. Shoot. Maybe just the moment you get into the box. It just takes over. Because otherwise he gets kind of bumped around. And he gets stuck like that. Maybe if we do if offset dot active equal to true. So we could just do that. And then we switch it the moment we start carrying it. Let's try that. Now we shouldn't have any of this weirdness. Yeah. So now I can just jump off and onto this thing. And if I fall, boom, I hit the ground. No weirdness there. Okay, I think this just does it. Yep, now we're here. The annoying thing, of course, being that until you hit F, and tell it to unburrow, you just slide around on this thing. There's no way to, like, without burrowing and unburrowing, you can't reattach yourself. Trying to think of the best way to do it. I do think I have a way, which is maybe have a raycast that detects once you actually land on this thing, and then just instantly make it so you are attached to it. Then the moment you jump off of it, do a similar thing. So right now I'm just not a part of this thing until I hit burrow. Then I hit the ground. No longer part of it again. And I go up. I could just instantly, once you enter the zone, you are now, you know, attached to it like this, where you swing around with it and you don't slide on it. But then, the way I'm doing this is with a character controller that takes over this overlapping, you know, collision shape here that you see. So, what I think the problem with that is if you just jump into the zone, you're going to suddenly stop moving for a half second while it takes over, and then you're going to fall. I'm kind of fine with that, though. What is transition to burrow idle? We say carrying equals false at the end. So what if I do this? Blip. And then we just say carrying equals true. Release player already has that. So here we can just do catch player. Then up here, it says you're always going to be carrying at this point. So we do like this, maybe. We are going to get the weirdness with the velocity, though. So we'll just have to figure out how exactly to do that. Okay, because I go here. Oh, see, you can already see it. Okay, that was kind of fine. Oh. What happens if I go right here? Oh yeah, it slows me right at the end. Yep, right there. Now if I just do a standard run, drops. Oh, also gravity is a little different on this offset than it is on the player, maybe? No, that's 5.5, 5.5, and I think it's the same. Get gravity times delta. We're just going to do the exact same for both. But it does stop it and then start it again. I'm wondering because there's got to be a way to make sure I don't just stop. Oh. Okay, that wasn't horrible. What happens when I go over here? Oh, there's going to be some weirdness as I come in and out of that zone. But there's no snapping. It's just, it's only when you get on and off. When you're on the outside here, then you're not attached to it. Oh, and then there's weirdness as you take over. That's where I'm almost thinking... It's definitely way smoother now when you burrow and unburrow. Let's take these walls and just delete them. So we can see our collision shapes a little better. Yeah, like right there, and then here we're back to normal. Okay, this is just the collision shape showing up. That guy's not rideable, so these steps don't show up. How do I make him inherit the player's velocity? Maybe I just say, can I just go into here and where it, let's see, catch, player, offset dot velocity equals global dot player var dot velocity. Beanie, what's up? You're doing great. You're doing things at a way larger scale than when I was last here. I admire your commitment. Thank you, man. Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, it's been a little over a year since I really started now. And it has been, I've been fairly consistent with it. Granted, the past 6 months, not as much. But you're right, it's getting a lot faster to do these things just through experience. Okay, let's test if this actually works to just... Dang. That almost seems like it works. What happens if I'm dropping from really high? Dang, dude. Okay. We just literally switch velocities. And the player's velocity It doesn't need to be switched because we're just adjusting its position. We're not actually messing with its velocity when it jumps in and out. So it keeps the same velocity that it had before. So I can go like this, blip, boom, he's there. That's so nice. That's just so much better than what I had before. Oh, can I not press burrow on this guy? Does he have to be stopped? Interesting. Where did I changed it up here somewhere, I think. Okay. Check burrowing. All right. If it's this or if it's that. Ah, I see. We can just do else here because we're already checking if we're burrowing. So now you can burrow whenever you want. This floating platform in the sky. We'll replace that with something better. But I do want to test having one of the puzzles be where you have to, you know, pilot one of these things. It's amazing how much these things just add to the game. Oh, it just works. The takeover is so smooth, too. There's none of the glitching anymore. Oh, that's so nice. You can still kind of get over there. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to expand this. This is going to be 12 by 12 by 12. Yeah, let's do 14. No, that doesn't encompass it. Let's do 15. Yeah, let's just do 18. Okay. And then Z or Y, let's do 18. No, let's do just 15 and let's just lower it. And here we can do 16. It's probably 15 is probably a little better. Yeah. Much bigger space. Nice. So you're here. Like, okay. Nice. The only thing is when you're like right here, you can fall off the map. But I think how we do that is we just make the offset also run into 8, because I want to say Terrain 3D is on layer 8. Yes, okay. So I think just the offset itself can now exist over here. We won't fall through the ground. Yeah. My flight stuff is always weird. Perfect. Okay. Don't need visible collision shapes, so things can now look good. What is next? We can do like the same sort of deal for the boat. This might not look amazing, but okay, you can walk on and off this. I do want to do something with the water so you can't just fall in. But that makes everything else complicated. Super Mario 64 water mechanics. What are those? I have not played really any of the Mario games. I should also redo my cottage here. It looks like okay as a basic beginning, but there's so many things I have to fix with it that I just kind of want to redo the whole thing rather than try to finish this. Certain things too, like these posts, way too shiny. But yeah, I wonder with the water, I mean, I could just have it where you just sink down a little bit. and then come back up to the surface. But then it's like, why do you need a boat? Because I want you to have to take the boat across. And I don't necessarily want to make it just impossible to walk into the water. Well, I could. I could just put a block like right here, all around the coastline. But then that throws things off for when you try to get into the boat. Maybe there isn't a puzzle for the boat. Maybe it's just sitting right down there and you can drop into it, but that's it. Or maybe there's just a different way of going around or getting over there rather than a boat. Mostly joking. Super Mario 64 has simple mechanics, though, for the water. Okay. Yeah, I just... The whole thing... The water is kind of just a barrier. That's what I'm thinking of it as. It's just a barrier that you have to get across. But the best way to do that, I'm not so sure yet. I was thinking a boat. But now I'm thinking about, well, if you can swim, then you don't need the boat because it's easy. I could put a little swim mechanic in there and make you sink after a bit. But then I would have to do the whole underwater look, which right now, it just looks like this. So I think a better way is to just not even allow you in the water. Yeah, I was kind of thinking of something like that, Beanie, but I don't know. The problem is that's a whole new mechanic. And I'd still have to make it so you eventually go underwater, and then I'd have to make the underwater look better, which I'm not really sure how I can do. And right now I'm just at the point where it's like I just want to keep everything as simple as possible, because this is just supposed to be a demo. You can still get stuck there if you run into it too fast. But maybe that's only while sprinting. Could be. Yeah, I think it's just while you're sprinting. Which right now sprinting is way fast, because I just want to be able to debug that way. The other thing I realized is I could rework this, because right now this is just one little scene, but I could have other lifts that go different places. But the problem is this is all just one giant scene. I mean, the lift itself is a separate scene. But I realized that I need to make it a little more modular if I'm going to reuse it. Oh, wow. I can actually fall off that thing. And then I can get back on it. That is something I forgot about. I made it so you can't jump while you're on it, because otherwise gravity doesn't stay. But you can still definitely fall off it, so I'll have to do something for that as well. Let's take away this ugly floating platform here. Let's also commit our code here, because we need to save this. Fixed mountain offset. Whoops, that is the wrong repository. I also need some way of making it visual how to tell the mountain where to go, or the rock troll thingy. Buttermilk Pancake, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you again. Okay, let's go here. Need to make barriers so you don't go in the water. Coming to see how progress is going. Have you seen the new project I'm working on? Because I have admittedly not gotten back to my recent project, or I mean my main project. But this one I started a couple weeks ago. I'll show you kind of the general situation. This is just a demo. I'm really hoping to have the demo done in like a couple weeks here, because I don't want to spend too much time on it. But basically you've got, it's going to be kind of a puzzle game with just 3 puzzles, I'm thinking. And the whole idea is you're just, or I'm just making a demo to then put it out there and see what people think. Literally maybe 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay, you know, just something small, but just something fun to work on. But make it very vibey. I've got some, you know, basic trees here that sway in the wind. I've got some Sky 3D here doing a lot of heavy lifting. with the visuals. Sick guy drive with it. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm liking the visuals so far. And the audio. I do need to fix the footsteps. Right now everything sounds like grass, but I think I know how I'm going to do that. Finished my semester this week, so I'll be dipping back into 3D Godot. Feel like I probably forgot everything I learned. Yeah. We will see. Lighting is very good. Thanks. Yeah. It's from Sky 3D, which is an amazing plugin that you should definitely check out. But yeah, that's how I always feel coming back to game development after any amount of break. Even like a 2-week break, I feel like I've forgotten everything. And then I get back into it, and it's not an issue, but just takes time, you know, getting back into the rhythm. Yeah, so then you kind of arrive at this place. Right now it's very empty. Takes a while to get places. I am going to add a sprint that isn't my mega sprint that I have right now. You can hear some thumping off in the distance. You'll see what that is soon enough. There's going to be a cottage here. This one I'm going to remake because it's not quite what I want. Then I'm initially thinking that there's going to be a boat here that you take across. But it might be something else. As you can see, there is something moving in the distance. Oh, I went underwater. So we have this water here. Got to find that rhythm again. I've been brainstorming some game ideas in the meantime. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, do something small and simple, even if it's just like a one mechanic or something, one game mechanic, just to get yourself refamiliarized. So then we get up to here. Got our, I love watching like the moon rise and stuff. Might go back to the basic, make a Space Invaders remake just to freshen the dome. Honestly, that's a pretty good idea. Do something like that. Got that guy just walking off. We come to here, pull the lever. I need to add lights to this so it's always lit up. Really like this. How long you been working on it? I would say maybe a month now, but not super consistently. I went really hard in the first like week and a half, but I've been doing a lot of like fine tuning on this system. Whoops, you can't jump up that. So it hasn't been quite as much like fast development. But I'm feeling pretty good about it because this whole system of making the mountain here, I'll just show you. So you get up here and then you press F and you can unburrow the mountain just like that one over there, and you can direct it to go somewhere and ride on top of it. But I've been really fine-tuning this. I finally just now like figured out the system to where it's not a little bit glitchy and stuff. So now I can burrow back down if I need. And that's going to be part of the puzzles, is using these guys to like get around. Just a test, but this is really well put together. Thanks, man. Yeah, that's kind of the whole idea, is to make it just a quick fast little preview, you know. Especially since it's so hard to make a full game. But I've already learned a ton just on this project. So even if it doesn't really become anything, it's still worth it. Like, the way I'm doing this movable platform thing is honestly, like, it's pretty nice. Because I basically just have a separate character controller that takes over the moment you get on top of this thing. And then I seamlessly switch between character controllers. Because the one that you switch to when you're on this thing is a child of the animation rig itself, which is why you move around with this. Otherwise, you just slide all over. When it's moving, you'll just slide off it. But then if you burrow, you go back down and you get off of it, now you're just your regular character controller. And I think even if I like sit on this thing, yeah, like right now I'm the normal character controller and you can see it's sliding around. But at the moment I get like closer, now I'm a child of the mountain, so I move with it. Whereas right over here, yeah, I'm sliding on top of it. But yeah. But it's just now working exactly how I need it to. The only thing I need to do is make it more obvious. Goodness sakes. Uh-oh. What am I doing here? You can still move it when it's... Oh, you know what? I need to do... So I'm doing check burrowing. If current state is equal to state dot burrow idle return. Okay. No. I don't need that there. I need that. Let me get my music playing again. Where do I need this? Down in the input. Yeah, check burrowing, and also we need to check if we're idle. Burrowing idle. Then we should not be able to move. And this is if carrying. So that's how I was doing it before. But that's fine. We can still do that because we only want it to work if we're carrying, and we only are carrying when we enter that box. So, okay. Hmm. Got a bot in the chat. How do I actually do this? Let's see here. There we go. Goodness sakes. Don't know how to use my own mod tools. Okay. What is next? Man, deleting stuff takes a bit now. We need some way to call him back down if you do fall off of him. Also, I need to figure out what my direction in this game is in the first place. Or this demo. I sort of have an idea, but I feel like what we need to do is build something that you can walk up to. So how do I indicate that you can move this thing? Because it also needs to be able to walk up to the edge easily. Man, that looks nice. I love lighting. Pretty sure we completely subsumed. Ah. The character controller switching thing is going to be an interesting thing. But not too hard. All we need to do is make sure that we can run into this stuff. Anything that you're going to be jumping off and onto needs to have the right collision layer. Ah. Want to test something? I'm going to fall off him while I'm moving. Okay, he continues walking. Okay. What do I work on now? This area is empty, but it doesn't need to be super full. You know, I might just call it a day. I got something done at least. And actually a pretty nice thing. Like this system is nice now. The takeover and like switch between character controllers. Oh, there was still something there. Maybe some leftover leftover velocity from the player. But it's mostly fine, I think. As long as you aren't using the debug flying ability that I'm using. Which no one in the game is actually going to use, so... It's really cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting there. Also, like, just adding the terrain around, the far terrain has done so much. It's literally one Blender model that I just scaled way up and then just surrounded it. I just put 4 different models of terrain surrounding. But it works. Like, when you're just in this section, it's like you just see mountains in the distance. And it's fine. Everything's a bit maybe too green. I need to add some more texturing in. The only issue is texturing is just weird. Like if I go here, oh, maybe it's not doing it. Okay. Sometimes texturing just bumps up the terrain. It like can sometimes mess with the grass. Need some different types of texture too. These are just literally albedo, which I'm fine with, but I just need different colors in there. Yeah. I mean, one thing I could do is just do a different color of green, a couple of different green colors. That's probably what I'll end up doing. Anyway, I really do. I think I'm going to call it a day. So I will see you all later. Thank you for being here. Buttermilk, good to see you again. Beanie, good to see you again as well. Have a good one. I should be back on with more game dev the rest of this week. So, but yeah, thanks for being here. I'll see y'all later. Peace out. And yeah. We'll also see if I play some more Warcraft this week. Who knows? Could happen. But yeah. All right. Peace. Have a good one. You too, man.